Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for June 15th through the 21st. So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you've been with me before, welcome back. If you're new, hope you'll stay. We're going to get into your current energy. Then the middle row will be pulled for your near future. And then we're going to check into what Spirit has to say, whatever it is that you either need to focus on or whatever advice Spirit has for you. Then we're going to clarify that and clear the deck, or I always say deck, but clear the spread, and then we're going to get into your person's energy and your energy. We'll also get some clarification for that or an outcome and the romance angels, and then we'll get into the oracle cards for you at the end. All right, so this is for Virgo. If you'd like a personal reading, I do those as well, and that information is in the description box below. Let's get started. This is for Virgo. All right, so let's see what's going on for you. We've got the Hierophant, the Three of Cups in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse. We've got the World card. Let me scoot these over so hopefully you can see them. The Sun in reverse, the Knight of Cups, Justice in reverse, the Judgment card, and the Wheel of Fortune. So your challenge is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So feeling disappointed or unhappy about something, it could be a relationship that's gone awry, or there's something going on within your current relationship that isn't feeling very good right now. My guess is they just said you just haven't found the relationship that's made you feel the way that you want to feel in a relationship. We've all been there. Everybody's in a different place. So let's speak on that again in just a second. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. Instantly, the first thing I thought was there was somebody that created either a competition with you. In other words, if you had a partner that a couple different things put you in a third-party situation, or in this case, made you fight for their time, or made you feel like you were constantly not good enough. Something of that sort seems to be coming up. I don't know why I'm getting that energy from there, but I am. So it's in reverse, which is great, which means you're getting past all of those difficulties and feeling like you constantly have to either argue or fight or defend yourself or whatever it is that you had to do. You're getting beyond that energy. So this week it seems like that's what you're going to be focused on, is releasing even more of that if you've been through this really difficult situation. It could have been a year ago. And sometimes it takes that long for us to really release all of that old stuff that we've experienced to open up to something new. So remember, even if you click into this later than the week, it's when you're meant to see it. So don't worry about the timing. We are focusing on energy that's just going to be within that small period of time. So this isn't forever. It's just something that is coming up that needs to be talked about, that we want to make sure we focus on. With the Hierophant, this feels like, other than the fact that this could be a higher level relationship, there seems to be some kind of focus on either your spirituality, maybe you're going back to church. There's a feeling of like wanting to get back involved with, what's the word I'm looking for? Just feeling connected. So if a part of you felt like the reason for some of the unhappiness was connected to the fact that maybe you hadn't focused on that aspect of your life, there's a part of you, I think, that's thinking about that now. And there's something about wanting to either approach someone, say a higher up at the church, or maybe you want to have a discussion with them. Maybe there's some involvement that you want with your church, or to get involved with someone who might be a good teacher spiritually. You could be taking a class that has to do with healing. There's lots of different things that I'm getting. So it just feels like that's the area that you really want to focus on right now, because there's a part of you that feels like that has something to do with maybe feeling kind of discontent. Now, the Three of Cups in reverse, discussing whatever those things are that are going on with you, with that person, because the Three of Cups in reverse just tells me that there's something that doesn't feel really good right now. Maybe you just don't feel like being out with other people. There's a part of you that may want to retreat and not go out and drink or be involved, even though things are starting to open up for a lot of people. It may be too soon, especially if you're starting to go through some deep inner healing or you want to find somebody to be like a mentor. This could be just not wanting to go out and do those types of things, maybe being too tired, because going through this journey is tough and exhausting, and it can be sort of a joy kill. You know, when you go out and you just don't feel like being there. If you don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. So with the King of Wands, this is an interesting reading. I don't know how many of you this is going to resonate for, but we'll see. It's just a lot of stuff. I just say whatever I'm told, so I hope this helps somebody. The King of Wands in reverse. So there is somebody that is still lingering in the past. I feel like this could be a parent energy or it could be an ex that feels like they had pulled back energy. So in other words, the King of Wands is very much about passion, right? I keep stalling, so something feels off. I feel like there's an inability to speak your truth. Like I'm cut off at the throat and I keep getting cut off in each one of my sentences. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like you can't speak your mind and you need some clarity on some things, and that could be why you're seeking somebody in the spiritual community or at church that you can talk to about whatever's going on with you. This King of Wands has a passionate, very strong knowing of who he is inside, and someone that's in reverse this way could tell me a couple different things. One, that they're holding back. So if they're not showing you how they feel, they're just reserving themselves. They could be somebody that also holds back intimacy on purpose to punish, which sounds really shitty, but if that's happened and you've experienced that, then you understand what I'm talking about. So that could be something else that you're dealing with. Again, this feels like a kind of strange reading, so if you've already decided this isn't for you, I can understand. So the World card, the Sun in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Cups. All right, so this is the near future. This is going through that transformation and getting out of a place of feeling dissatisfied. I feel like there's a part of you that wants to move forward. Maybe there's somebody that you're interested in and you'd like to move towards them. Maybe you're just not sure that this person would accept. That's male or female, because it doesn't matter. If you want to move towards them, by all means, let somebody know what you're thinking and feeling. I think this is about taking your time and being cautious with the Sun in reverse. There may still be some things that you need to work through before you move into love, and that could be why the Knight of Cups is showing up. It's saying, take your time, go over and work through those things that still aren't quite settled, and then move towards looking for love. Especially if you're going through this transformation where you're needing to maybe seek therapy, and we all do it, by the way, that I don't see anything wrong with that. So if anybody's offended by the idea of being told by a reader that maybe therapy is going to be good for you, it's great for people. Whether you seek a reader or you seek somebody at church or whatever it is, if you're in a place where you're really super unhappy and you're feeling unstable, that's normal. Everybody goes through that. So if this transition for you is going to take seeking somebody to talk to, whether it be about really abusive relationships, bad people in your life, whatever it is, seek that. Because the readers talk about love, we talk about very basic things, but we don't always talk about how to get through the really dark times of this process. And in this case, I want to talk about that because it seems like somebody's going through it and needs to hear this. So if it's not for you and all you want is love messages and to talk about how crazy your ex was, this might not be the message for you this time. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me and unsubscribe if you're one of my subscribers. I just feel like this is an important message for someone. So before you move forward, it's going to be important to understand that you're going through this transition. This cycle will close out. It will stop. And you will come to a place where you understand what's going to make you happy, but it's going to change. So it's not going to be the same as it used to be, especially if you've been through difficult relationships that have woken you up to the idea that you deserve better than what you've been experiencing. And if you just thought it was either normal or you couldn't understand why it was happening, then this is going to shift you into a place where you recognize that you deserve better than what you've been getting. And moving forward, you're going to move slower, possibly in a relationship, or you're just going to wait and force somebody to accept you for exactly who you are. And if they don't like it, too bad. I was going to say a really old saying, but I don't think anybody would really understand it. Anyway, so where you didn't get justice in the situation, or you feel like you didn't, this is where Spirit's speaking up and saying, they have your back. Judgment's about letting go and letting God, one. Two, trusting the process, which is really hard to do if you're going through a painful portion of it. If this is where you are, where you're feeling unhappy and dissatisfied, probably frustrated over past relationships where people either withdrew their love or held back their passion or whatever it was that they were doing. And in this case, trusting that Spirit has your back. There will always be justice in situations. We aren't responsible for taking care of that. That's their job. So if somebody is going to get their karma, you may not find out about it. You're just going to have to be okay with the fact that you've gotten rid of that person in your life and trust that they have to have the experiences that they do when they've done people wrong, and that's going to be taken care of. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is a huge turn of events. So if you're going through this tough stuff, and this week is about you shifting or needing to find somebody to talk to about it, the Wheel of Fortune is letting you know that everything is going to start turning in your favor. So don't lose hope. This is a tough scenario. I'm not going to lie, it is. It feels tough and it feels heavy, but you're going through it and you're going to come out the other side. There's a need for a little bit more faith that things are going to work in your favor, and trusting that on the other side of it, things are going to look much better than they do right now. So please have faith, and if you don't have somebody to reach out to, email me, okay? Because I can't always give of my time so freely, but if somebody needs me for that reason, then please feel free. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify these cards. So the Hierophant with the Three of Cups in reverse. Tell me about that. Well, that's nice. The card slipped out and came up with the Ace of Wands, which is gorgeous energy. And the Ten of Wands are the two cards I'm going to take because it feels like that's what's meant to be. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So there's something that you need to walk away from. Once you walk away from that situation, or you release some of these burdens, those difficult energies that you've been holding on to, that's when things are going to start shifting and changing. So with the Ace of Wands, sorry, I have a cat behind me. With the Ace of Wands and then the Ten of Wands, this is saying wanting that new beginning, but having to release those burdens. In other words, having that conversation with somebody, going to someone that you need to talk to in order to discuss what's going on for you is going to be really, really, really helpful and help push you into this new beginning. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify the World and the Sun in reverse. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Lover's card. This is gorgeous. So what this is saying to me is once you go through this transformation, you get through this particular part of the process, whoever comes into you that isn't stable, who doesn't offer you what it is that you're expecting, you're not going to accept because you're the Nine of Pentacles. You're in a place after this transition and moving through it where you become stable, whether it be financially stable, independent, completely knowing where you are, what you stand for, all of those things. That's beautiful energy. It's a very quick and easy message, and that's when you find the right kind of love, is when you move through this difficult time and finding yourself and becoming independent. All right, so let's clarify the Justice and the Judgment. The Justice in reverse and the Judgment card. So we have the Emperor in reverse and the Three of Wands, and then we have the Star card. So there's still a little bit of healing from this difficult situation. So you might have had somebody who was really controlling and difficult in your life. With the Three of Wands, this is where you expected things to work out. You thought your ships were coming in. You were tired of waiting. Basically, you're at a place now where if this person didn't turn out to be what you expected, or they were difficult and you were manipulated, or they were a form of a narcissist, or whatever it was, this is being tired of waiting for anybody to make changes or become a better person or whatever it is that they had fed you. So Spirit wants you to recognize that there's going to be justice in this situation, but releasing this energy and not waiting anymore is going to be important for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to pick these cards up and we're going to get into your person's energy and your energy. So think about the person that you want information on, and we're going to get into their energy. All right, this is for Virgo. This is for Virgo. All right, so their energy, the Magician in reverse. All right, this is somebody who I think was manipulative in the past. They're very unhappy about the things that they did, and now they want to move forward towards you. So they're coming out of an energy of being either, I'm hearing greedy. If they were greedy or they were breadcrumbing you or whatever those things are, this person's wants to come in and tell you that they realize how they made you unhappy. And whoever you think this is, remember, it's who you think. So if it's the dirty ex and this is what they're feeling, you may say, I don't want them. But right now, you're in that mode where you haven't completely shut out this cycle of being hurt. So I think you're still carrying some of that pain with you. And to you, it feels like it's over. I think you've already been through this thought process of, you know, I can't deal with this. If this is how this person's going to show up, then I'm not interested. So specifically, they're the Magician in reverse. The Nine of Cups in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Definitely not the happiest person in the world. With the Nine of Cups, they don't fulfill you. And their energy comes across as someone who doesn't know how to manifest things in their life that they truly want. It could also be that they have a manipulative type of personality. And now they're coming to a place where maybe there's been some shifts. They want to move away from that. So I will give them a little bit of benefit. But at the same time, I feel like they're not going to hold back. Let's put it that way. They're not going to hold back. Are they coming to you honestly? For some of you, yes, I believe they want to come forward and try to work on this. I said you were the Knight of Cups in the main reading, but in this case, I'd say this is the other person, obviously, who wants to come in and offer you love. So if there's someone you're interested in, I'd say they're a little bit afraid to approach you. If this is someone you're thinking about and you're like, oh, I wonder if they're going to come towards me. I think they're a little hesitant. If this is somebody from your past, they're going to want to come back. If you're currently in this relationship, they've got things to work on. All right, and then your energy is not completely finishing this cycle yet. The World card in the reverse just tells me that there's still some healing that needs to be done from all of the pain and feeling betrayed. Whatever this is, it's like it's done for you. Like, how many more knives can I take in my back? And this is where your intuition is starting to kick in again. If you're seeking somebody to learn from, the High Priestess is going to help you enhance your abilities. It's going to give you a better understanding of your spirituality. And I think that's where you're focusing. With the Moon in reverse, I don't think you want to deal with anybody who has any secrets. This to me also says I feel like you're holding back. Like maybe you're not discussing everything with everyone, or you don't want to with this person. It feels like you want to focus on this on your own. So if they come back, I don't know for sure how you're going to feel about that. It doesn't seem like you're too interested. It feels like you just want to focus on whatever transformation it is that you're going through and healing from this process. Okay. Let's get the Romance Angels. We'll see what the outcome is as well. We've got true love, finances and career, getting to know each other, and let your friends help you. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if this is somebody you're really, truly interested in, and this is a new energy, or it's somebody that you're with that you've met, not the crazy ex, then I'd say this is something that could move forward, but you've still got some healing to do before you can really dive deep into a new relationship. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Excuse me. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then we have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of the reading. So the fact that this one came out of all the cards, it's really important to lean on people when you're going through tough times. If you're one of those people that feels a little bit like that's just not the avenue I've ever taken, or I don't believe in that, you might be shifting now. And that's why it was so important for me to talk about it in the main reading. I trust what comes out and what Spirit gives me. Okay, so the last card for love I'm going to get is the Oracle card, and then we'll close it out with the wisdom of the Oracle cards. Let's see. This is a beautiful card. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. I think that's a beautiful energy. And if you're seeking help from anyone in any area, that to me says it all. It's giving back to yourself before you move forward. All right. All right. Actually, really quickly, I'm going to interrupt this part, so bear with me. Let's see what the outcome is for this situation, for you and this person. All right, so we have the Emperor. This is somebody who's in control of their life. I feel like this person knows who they are and what they want, but there's, okay, hold on one second. The Devil in reverse, good. So there doesn't seem to be any toxic energy, but there's definitely something that needs to be released. So whether it be you or the other person, this needs to be taken care of and moved away from before the relationship can continue. If you feel like this person is too controlling and it's creating some kind of a burden for you, then the message is to get out of it. Right now, it doesn't look like walking away. The Eight of Cups in reverse is a really good energy in a lot of ways, because it means you're releasing a lot of emotional baggage, is what I want to say. You're not just walking away from an unhappy, unhealthy, emotional relationship, but it also means that you're leaving that behind. So there's still a little bit more work that needs to be done. If you're still carrying some of that, or there seems to be some kind of control issue in the relationship, then I'd say take your time, because you're actually doing a lot of work to release all those past issues or things that have been carried with you that need to be cleared. Okay. Wisdom of the Oracle to close this out. Oh, so we have why. So I'm not surprised that card came out, being as though, and I'm going to take this one because they just flipped the back. All right, Treasure Island. There are great things coming on the other side of this, the 9. So you're almost there. There's a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel, and there's always something great when you go through these really difficult times. It may not feel like it right now, but I definitely think that there's something great coming. You could be asking this question: why did I have to go through these painful things? Why am I experiencing these types of relationships? All those things could be asked. The 3 and the 1, it's about finding the balance within yourself and 1. So mind, body, and spirit for self. Also about grounding your energy in order to have a better understanding of things. It doesn't get easier. Well, it does get easier. I'm not going to say it doesn't get easier. Sometimes you're going to question still, even going through the process, getting the help, doing the spiritual work, you still ask yourself why. You're human. So I can understand where that difficulty comes in for a lot of people. Here and now, this is gorgeous. It's like being in that protective egg, like protecting yourself and putting a little light around you and blocking out any kind of negative energy so that you can work on yourself. And then we have Between Worlds, exactly what I've been talking about pretty much through the reading. You're going from that dark space into the light, and that again is a 3, which is balancing out. You've got 3, 3, and then 3. So it's all about balance to me. 2s, 4s, all of them can mean that as well, but the triple to me is mind, body, and soul. And then we have 40, co-create. So when we're talking about working with other people, that to me is about co-creation. So if you're needing to find somebody that you can work with in order to get through these times, that's a beautiful thing, because it helps you. It helps both people, but it's about understanding that getting help or working with other people is an amazing thing to do. It helps to keep you grounded. It helps in so many ways. Okay, I'm going to stop preaching. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I know it was a lot, but I feel like somebody needed to hear it. So please do comment and subscribe. Hit that like button also. And if you guys need a personal reading, like I said, the information is in the description box below. So I know this is kind of a difficult message, but I hope you guys enjoy your week. And if you do need the help, again, if you just need somebody to chat to, you're more than welcome to email me. That's in the description box. Okay, guys, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you in next week's reading. Take care.